Leonor's speech that left the nation silent. Breaking news from Madrid. Moments ago, Princess Leonor delivered a speech that has already shaken Spain's political and royal landscapes. Reporters froze. Officials stood stunned. And the nation went silent. This was not routine. This was not symbolic. This was a seismic moment from Spain's future queen. The event was expected to be calm, controlled, ceremonial. A typical royal appearance. Nothing more. But the energy shifted the second Leonor stepped onto the stage. Her expression held something sharper. Her steps carried purpose. Even the cameras seemed to lean closer, sensing a moment crackling underneath the surface. The audience expected a polite message. Instead, they received a declaration. Leonor began quietly, too quietly. Journalists leaned forward, straining to hear her first words. Then, it happened. She addressed the nation with a clarity that cut through the hall. She spoke about duty, not the ceremonial kind, the real kind, the kind that binds a leader to a country. She acknowledged the pressures surrounding her life, the scrutiny, the expectations, the doubts. Then she said the line now echoing across Spain. If Spain needs courage, I will be the first to stand. Gasps. Actual gasps. This was not the language of a sheltered princess. This was the voice of a leader emerging under blinding lights and heavier shadows. What happened next was even more unexpected. Leonor paused. Just one breath. But it carried the weight of the entire monarchy. Then she spoke about her parents. Not as royalty, but as people preparing her to walk into a world where she must stand alone. Her tone shifted. A thin layer of emotion cracked through the composure. A tremor, brief but unmistakable. It stunned the room. You could hear the silence. A silence thick enough to feel. Her next words came slow, deliberate, controlled. I know what Spain expects. And I am ready. That was the moment everything changed. When she stepped back from the podium, nothing happened at first. No applause. No movement. Just shock. Then, one by one, people rose. A standing ovation that started hesitantly. Then thundered through the hall like a wave. Across Spain and beyond, the response exploded. Newsrooms scrambled. Commentators dissected every sentence. Royal analysts called it the defining moment of her generation. Even critics admitted, Leonor had crossed a threshold no one expected her to cross today. For millions watching online, it felt like witnessing history being carved in real time. This was not a speech. It was a statement of intent. Leonor signaled that she understands the world she is inheriting, a world demanding transparency, strength, humanity, and resilience. A world that no longer accepts royalty as figureheads, but as active, accountable leaders. And she stepped into that expectation without hesitation. Her message was unmistakable. She is ready for the responsibility. Ready for the criticism. Ready for the crown, when the time comes. The nation that fell silent did so for a reason. They weren't just listening. They were witnessing transformation. Tonight, Spain stands on the edge of something new. A shift. A beginning. Princess Leonor's speech was more than a moment. It was a signal. A declaration. A step into a future where she is no longer just the heir, but the emerging voice of a generation. And that is why Spain fell silent today.